Hi everyone, Deepa from New Zealand again. I just thought you might like to see my later model Hornby Stevenson's Rocket, Loco and coaches. You may recall from the previous video that I ran my 1967 rocket set. That was R346C from memory. This Hornby release was, I think, last year, and I've had the set sitting waiting for my layout, and today I thought this would be a good opportunity to give it a run. It's a very attractive set with a very nice cover, and also internally somewhat similar to the Lord of the Isles set that I showed a little while back. Anyway, here's the contents, and they are in a sleeve, so I'm going to just pull it out of the sleeve and have a look more closely at it. So this is actually covered with a little plastic cover, which just pops out, revealing, and I did take these out of their plastic packaging. There are three figures, which go one onto the locomotive, one onto the tender, and one on the back of the last coach, the Royal Mail coach. Very, very attractive looking loco, which has obviously been designed beautifully and shows all of its features in very fine detail. I noticed already though that one of these, it's hard to show in the photo, but I'm sure you can see just here, one of these little plastic steps has already popped out, and that's just in transit, I presume. So I'm going to have to pop that back, and it looks like it's a slip fit or a slide fit. But it does go to show, I think, sometimes what happens when you try to produce intricate features into such dainty items. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem ongoing. What I thought I would do though is give it a run on the outdoor layout and see how it compares to the earlier model rocket, which I showed on a previous video. I think it was just the last video in actual fact. So let's see how that goes. So here we are outdoors, and on a nice sunny day too. This set looks lovely, and couples up, as mentioned before, just with these chain replicas, which are in fact plastic, but do seem to hold the coaches on. So let's see what happens next. Seems to have stopped just there. I've noticed the loco's pretty light, and I think that probably doesn't help with current conduction if there's a slightly dubious piece of track somewhere. Going very smoothly on this new section. And that's onto the insulated section of track. Very nice run. It's a little hesitant at times, and I think, as I mentioned, it's probably just the low weight of that loco. It does pick up power, I think, from the tender wheels as well, so that may be of some help, but unfortunately I think its lightweight is probably a little bit against it. We'll turn it around, let's see how it goes in the reverse direction. So here we are, ready for the return journey. I'll give the loco a push onto the live section of track. Oh dear. Well, that didn't end entirely as expected, and in fact I was quite surprised that happened on a straight stretch of track, which was actually quite flat and level. So it just goes to show you, I guess, the lightweight construction of these new Hornby items. They're definitely very, very fragile and light. Having said fragile, when they fell over, I've checked them, and there's been no damage done. Unfortunately, one of the chains has been lost. I've found two of them in the ground, but of course Hornby do supply a couple of extra spares, so that's not a great loss. Something tells me this set is probably going to be more put on display than used for running, just given the nature of it. It's a bit makes you feel a little bit nervous using it, as opposed to the previous rocket set, the Trying Hornby one that I ran in my previous video, which I think is much more robust and obviously a bit more solid. This is more to scale, of course, because it's properly 1:76, whereas I think that the previous one, although they did their best, it was a little bit large for 1:76. Anyway, there it is, a lovely looking set, which does run, but possibly not suited for the garden, and maybe it might be worth trying it indoors and seeing how it goes. But it does make me a little nervous running it, so that's always a bit of a shame. Anyway, thank you once again everyone for watching my videos. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye for now.